Good morning. All right, it's Tuesday here in Cypress, Texas, and it's a pretty mild day. I'm overdressed. I've got too much clothes on. I'm gonna get hot today. Um, so yesterday I was, I do my walk and talk, and then I run, and I listen to, videos on, or I'll listen to certain chat rooms on Clubhouse or whatever, right? And well, yesterday I'm listening to this guy. He's the same guy that interviewed Margaret Barker, the first video I ever watched with Margaret Barker. So he's interviewing this Jewish scribe, and he starts talking about how he starts talking like Baptists, that they, you know, we've thrown out the law, right? And I'm like, well, how's but but because I have actually read Margaret Barker's book and listened to her a whole bunch, I now know that there was different sects of Judaism. Okay, there was that goes way back. There was the followers of Abraham, which this guy had to have been. Probably doesn't even realize he falls in that camp, a follower of Abraham. And then there's the followers of the law, and they're still to this day, the ones that have the little curly cues on their, in the, they're the followers of the law of Moses. Okay, so they're they're following it to the letter. Okay, because it describes that's how they, the you're supposed to, look how your hair is supposed to be done, right? All right, but what they're both missing, okay, is actually the Hebrew thought, the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew, and the meaning of all that, right? It's, and if you haven't done it, what I'm saying sounds, what is he even talking about? Okay, so Hebrew is God's language. It's not the Jewish language, right? It's the language of God. Okay, which is what what Adam, you know, Adam and everybody spoke, right, until the Tower of Babel, right, and then it was lost during the time of captivity in Egypt until where God gave the law. So God was, being ultra productive, killing two birds with one stone by teaching Moses the law in Paleo Hebrew, okay, in the symbols. Okay, now those symbols have opened up to multiple, greater meaning, more expanded meaning than just the way we speak in English which which is based in Latin, which is interesting because that was a dead language, right? And before Latin, it was Greek, and now it's given back to Moses, okay, to teach the Jews, okay, and of those 10 commandments, there's 613 sub commandments. Those 10 commandments are categories. Just learning this, right? Okay, but so not only that, but he was teaching. So when you read them, understand them in the Paleo Hebrew, and there's a layered meaning, a dimensional meanings based on those letters, then you have a much greater understanding. Okay, and like when it says in to utterly destroy, okay, he's talking about their mindset, okay, and but when you take it by the letter, right, it means like wipe them out. I mean, destroy them all, okay, and that's where it gets a bad rap. So when you're interpreting it with your limited understanding, that's when it gets harsh. But when you think of it the way God thinks of things, taking everything into account, okay, then it can have a glorious meaning. It can be, that whole, the seed is teaching, okay? When you have this, the faith is action. It's action based on understanding, okay? And so when you have the faith of a mustard seed, that little bit of understanding that you take an action on, you can move a mountain. A mountain is somebody's mind. When somebody sees, wow, I won the novice Golden Gloves for the city of Memphis in 1982, and it was not, not much of a fight. I just beat the guy to the punch all the time. I was good at that. And then I see the open fighters fight. Man, they look like they were so polished and sharp and snappy with their punches. Could I ever be that way? And then it was four years later, here I am fighting the number one ranked guy 5 years later, I guess, in the country, the top guy. And I gave him his toughest fight he ever had. Okay. He told me that. Right. That point is acting, taking action. That's what faith is. Faith is acting on your belief, not just going, putting something out, a wish up into the ether and having it come back and manifest. That doesn't happen. That's not how that goes. You have to act as if. You have to actually take action toward the completion of your goal, right? As if. Acting as if. All right. So Here we go. What I just explained, most people in the church don't even have that understanding. All right. And there's a lot of people that have that understanding that have nothing, don't want anything to do with Christianity, right? Isn't that something? But that's all of it is because they all don't know this. They all don't know what God originally taught. Even further back than Moses. All right. Have a great day.